answer a few questions about how the process has been. So Will, Turville, please. Paul Edwards. Good, yeah, Andy, you participated very well. We'd like you to share your views. You turned up a little bit late, Mr. Lee, but you need to come up here because you are passionate about health. Taking them all. Oh, go, Kevin. Number one. It's not all about physical. It's not all about how fit you are. It's about your mental health, your strength, your resilience, your calmness. Ryan, would you like to know? People. Get down. If you don't stand, please. Oh God. So seriously, those of you can. If you don't stand, for Judge Mark Dolan.
Silence, please. Good evening. I am Judge Mark Dolan, and this is the Safety, Health and Information Trial! Feel free to clap. That clapping is welcome. That's taken a couple of months off your sentences. Now, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say gentlemen and gentlemen, we are a team of specialist health lawyers sent here to investigate the performance of the MACE Health and Wellbeing Programme. Please could you give me a flavour of how useful you think that the programme has been so far? Okay. I think I will take that as the view that you believe collectively that it was a bit shit. But that's fine, we will put it under the microscope. That's why we are all here today, ladies and gentlemen. I should tell you about myself. I have a little experience in the public profile as a presenter of Channel 4's Balls of Steel. Has anybody seen Balls of Steel? Well, the judge approves of that. I've been around the world meeting the tallest woman in the world, the smallest man, and I'm now in a room full of the drunkest builders the world has ever seen. Well done. I have to say, I think the strange combination of a day of lectures about health and safety combined with getting you all steadily very pissed is sending a bit of a mixed message, but that's fine. Now, I'll tell you about the importance of your health as well as your safety in the working environment. We know what a curse various diseases are, particularly prostate cancer. Now, obviously the only way to really get to the bottom of prostate cancer is literally through the anus, okay? Examinations need to happen. Now, it's very difficult to examine your own anus. You probably tried it when you were about 14. Found it to be a very fruitless affair and gave up. But we are doing on-the-spot anal probing right now, and we'd like you to examine each other, so if you wouldn't mind loosening your belts. If any of you find this awkward or difficult, just chuck another couple of glasses of Pinot Grigio down you. It makes it a lot easier. Now, gentlemen, I must tell you that we have 5 representatives of MACE here with a very special role for the trial. They are all witnesses in some way or another. Here they are. Now, I'd like to please, if I could pray order, we're seeking to find out, do they live by the teachings and messages of Shane and his team? How healthy are they really? Okay, and judging by the pink noses, I think not very. So, ladies and gentlemen, please can I ask Will, Paul, Andy, Brian and Kev to put on the t-shirts which are actually here, thank you very much. These are some goodies, they're all triple XL just in case. Can't be too careful. Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
a bit tight, right?
this is going to be interesting. This is going to be entertaining. These guys putting on the t-shirts, that's entertainment in itself. Here we go. Yes, we have our first. That's been fantastic. Are you Will? Is that Will? Very nice. Well, do you know, ladies and gentlemen, I made a documentary program about the world's largest breasts for Channel 4. I'm thinking of a follow-up based on man boobs. Please don't ask me where I got my inspiration from. Now, Will, Paul, Andy, Brian and Kev, well done for managing to squeeze into your t-shirts. I have the assistance of two very learned gentlemen, two extremely well-read and powerful lawyers to help get to the bottom of it. Now I must ask for order in the room, or I shall have you for contempt of courts.
No,
Now,
the agricultural war.
that's it. Now, we will be able to hear from the jury in just a moment. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Barry Ferns, QC. There we are. And
Keep your fingers, mate. Keep your fingers.
I'm not sure if this is your first court appearance. I would say the guy in the middle almost certainly not. Now, you can judge a book by its cover, it turns out. Please welcome our other powerful lawyer. He's a member of the House of Lords. He's a Queen's Counsel. It's the one and only Mr. John Ryan.
Yay!
Now, let us start by meeting Mr. Ferns. Mr. Ferns, do you care to introduce yourself, sir?
Hello there, my name's Mr. Ferns. Hello there at the back, the man with the sheep. Or wife. Hello. Thank you.
What's gone down on the sheet? Barbara.
I don't believe that's true. My name is Barry Ferns. Now, there's going to be an investigation here today, gentlemen.
Don't worry, it's clean.
Take your hands away from that sheep, sir.
It's clean.
I don't believe that for a second. You've been inside it. Now then, gentlemen, there is going to be... Somebody restrain that man before the RSPCA does. There is going to be an investigation over the next hour, gentlemen. An investigation into whether the training that you've had today has been to any effect. I have a feeling that it has not. If you look at these gentlemen here, this man swigging beer, already just, I don't know what his age is, but he looks about 60. I think it doesn't necessarily look after himself. We're going to put a proper investigation as to whether today has been and my name is, as I say, Barry Ferns, and yes, I'm going to be asking these fives. Thanks, five.
Thank you, Mr. Ferns, and please pray silence for your fellow advocate, Mr. John Ryan.
Thank you, Will. Thank you. I'd like to point out I'm here to defend all the guys in this room today who cannot possibly be expected to have learned anything due to the fact that they are builders and British. And it's not in the nature of the British builder to learn anything. I'd also like to point out that someone would address this man in his native tongue.
Right. Tongue away.
Shut it. All right.
And I rest my case. I rest my case. Okay. And I rest my case. If you're not careful, I will rest my case on your head. Now, witnesses, are you all comfortable? To start this MACE health information trial, I'll hand over to Mr. Barry Ferns with some probing questions.
Take a seat.
Take a seat.
Okay. First things first. Gentlemen, please. Please at the back. This is a serious inquiry. This isn't the House of Lords. Could you close your legs, sir? I can see what religion you are. Okay, sir. What's your name?
Harry.
Your name is Harry. Could I get a round of applause for people that know Harry? That's nobody. What's your full name?
Kevin.
Who knows Kevin? Who likes Kevin? That's the same man. Know a man by his friends. So Kevin, do you have a nickname, Kevin?
Please can we have that again in English, please?
Do you have a nickname, Kevin?
To my knowledge.
I believe that your advocate here might be able to shed more light on what you're like. Does this man work with you, Kevin?
Never seen him before.
You've never seen him before. Was that because the lights were off the last time you saw him?
He didn't pay.
No, I can believe. So,
Can I interrupt for a moment?
Yeah.
I'm not happy with, I have the greatest respect for my fellow advocate. I feel the questioning is very aggressive to the witness. I don't think we should be so hard on someone. It's very rare to get a homosexual working in the building business. And I think it's very unfair to not be something more delicate with who is clearly a more effeminate member of the team. And there's nothing wrong with one man loving another. In many ways, if you think about it, for a homosexual man to be working on a building site, in a way, it's heaven on earth. And so I allow you to proceed with your questioning, but please bear in mind that Camp Kevin needs to be protected. Oh dear, I feel I may have coined a nickname.
Objection. Can I just object to that, please? I'd like to make an objection. I don't think that there's any room for homophobia amongst us. Gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree, his sexuality is irrelevant given that he's a hobbit.
Objection sustained. Objection sustained. Mr. Burns, you may continue, and apologies for the interruption.
no, Your Honour, thank you. Thank you both for your interruptions. So, could you confirm your occupation, please, Hobbit?
I'm a hobbit.
And what kind of hobbit are you? Are you a wench hobbit? Are you what kind of...
One with big feet.
One with big feet? Can we see the size of your feet? Okay. No, we're not going to take anything off. There's, what is your actual occupation, please?
I know. Package manager.
You're a package manager.
What a package.
That explains everything.
I can see it from here.
He's even holding his beer in that general area. And it's foaming over the top. So, that's an interesting walk you've got there. Okay, well, it was good to have an extra witness. I don't know why that means, but your hand is between your legs right now for a reason I don't fully understand. So can I ask what your actual age is, please?
31.
And what is your... I don't believe that was
Objection.
Yeah.
He may well be 31. There have been 31 leap years in the past 2 centuries.
What is your metabolic age, Kevin?
32.
So objection again. My Lord, with respect to the prosecutor, his metabolic age, the Welshman is confused as he has 2 metabolics.
Yes. And I think by offering the age of 31, he is talking metabolics. And we will have no such perjury in this court. He's already sworn on oath. In fact, he's been swearing all day. But I will allow you to proceed with your questions.
Sorry to keep objecting, my Lord, but there are, I believe, Scottish people in the room. Yes, and consequently, I believe we should allow swearing as for the Scottish people in the room. That's punctuation.
Objection sustained.
Okay, well, we've got a little bit of information on Kevin. I actually want to find out what his actual age is. So let's, who is next to Kevin? What's your name, sir?
Big Andy.
Big Andy. Okay, is that your nickname or your full name?
No.
It's your name. Are you sure about that, Andy?
Big Andy, I think we would rather the court decide whether you're big or not.
Would you
That's
say?
a matter of the judgment of the jury. Is he big?
Can we have Andy and Kevin stood side by side just for a second to see the relative heights? Please can you stand? Please can you stand? Oh no, sorry. Kevin was standing, sorry. I know he was about to embrace him, but so Andy, what is your occupation?
Lift engineer.
You're a lift engineer, so you engineer lifts.
Something like that.
Do you work with Schindler?
No.
Not at all. Okay, what is your actual age? You can't remember your actual age?
Just object again, my lord. Can I make one further objection?
Objection?
We appear to have confused the young lady in the room. I take it you're a young lady and you're not from Southampton. Can we quantify? Yes. No. That's. I'm sorry. Is this lady next to you? She asleep? Hello. I'm sorry. It's just very strange for me to be in the presence of a woman who isn't talking at the same time. If I could ask another lady, would you agree with our concept of size? No. What would you describe as big? Could I ask you both to stand up again, please?
Could you please stand again?
Stand up. Now, would you describe the difference in size between them as big? No. Okay. Would you say the difference in size between them is 2 foot? No. Then how would you be able to tell me the difference between 8 inches and 3 inches?
I think, if I may add to this, I think they'll be finding out in about an hour's time. Now, I must tell you, and I can help Mr. Furness here, I spoke briefly in confidence to Big Andy earlier, and I asked him how business was as a lift engineer, and he replied quite honestly, up and down. So I would like the jury to consider that as you proceed with your questioning of any further comments, Big Andy.
Okay, I just want to get to the bottom of your age and your metabolic age. Can we just have those 2 ages, please?
60?
Really, your metabolic age is 60. Did you not find out today?
Not today.
Okay. Well,
So I can object again, my lord. Why is it that a man's age, if he's 30, his metabolic age is 60, and that's a bad thing, and yet if he's mature at 30 and acting like a 60-year-old, that would be acceptable?
Objection sustained.
I would further like to point out that although his metabolic age is 60, his physical age is 30, as he will demonstrate if we allow him to do the river dance.
I'm going to turn all that because I don't want blood on my hands. Now,
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. I do wish to point out that right now we are just gathering information about the defendants here, and we will be coming back to them later. So, moving on. What's your name, sir?
Will.
Your name is Will. What is your full name?
Will Turville.
Will Turville. Do you have a nickname, Will Turville?
No.
Okay, what is... Does anyone here know Will's name? Sorry? Thrush. You will be out in contempt of court if you do not... would you rather not make this sign in here? It's highly inappropriate, especially in a court of law. the smell reduced slightly as you turned around. Now,
Excuse me, Your Honor. I would like to say his nickname is Brushstrokes.
Brushstrokes, is this correct?
Objection, I believe this nickname may be brushstrokes, but this gentleman is clearly vinegar strokes.
Very good, Minister. Mr. Burns, please proceed.
I will proceed, yes.
I will blow me your way.
So,
The Lord is lovely.
Now, this gentleman has raised an issue, a thorny issue for you, which is at what age do you stop wearing skinny shorts?
Objection, my lord. I'm not competitive. He's not actually wearing shorts, he's wearing Kev the Fuck Hobbit's long trousers.
My Welsh friend, please make your point. Okay, Mr. Burns.
and sit down. Okay, no, you all sit down, you're not. And sleep. Now, I believe the question was,
Your Honor.
And yes, and mate, do you have an answer for everybody here in this court? What is his nickname?
Brushstrokes. And everybody in this courtroom, why no? Why? Because he just came with a
We have an answer! Rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll!
this is all.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, very good. I will take that evidence. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I believe things are going out of control slightly. They've gone slightly off piece. Can we just find out what your actual occupation is?
Painter decorator.
A painter and decorator. So, this gentleman is leaving in disgust. He's off. Okay. Penultimate defendant. What's your name, sir?
Brian.
Brian, what's your full name, Brian, sorry?
Brian Darcy.
Brian Darcy. And what's your nickname? Brian?
I would call words, but oh, Brian.
No, you're fucking not.
Now, gentlemen, I think Mr. Darcy is once again demonstrating his Zen-like qualities.
I do apologize, Your Honor.
His calmness is really showing through here.
Yes, but I do apologize.
So Brian, please tell Mr. your vital statistics.
Yes, what's your actual age and your methodic age, please?
Metabolic age.
56. Yes!
Bullshit!
56.
He is his own age. We're very zen. Okay, finally.
Do we have an employment position for young Brian? Do we have an employment position?
Oh, that's right. Can I have an appointment? Yeah, right. Can I have what's your actual job? What's your occupation?
Construction babysitter.
I don't think that's the actual term. What's your actual occupation?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Okay. Ask him what his occupation is, and would you like to answer for him? What's your occupation?
Contractor minder.
Contractor minder.
Baby Willie.
Okay. Look for that. So,
Can I just point out that Mr. Darcy has several jobs, one of which is to demonstrate the use of lycra while jogging.
Yes, well, that's a very, very useful bit of information. Objection sustained. Thank you for
That's fine now. All right, mate.
And finally, could we have your full name, please?
Oh, here we go. The money cruncher.
Paul Edwards. And do you have a nickname at all?
King Ed.
Does Paul,
King Ed.
Paul, do you not have a nickname at all?
Depends on who you're speaking to.
It does. But what nickname would you choose for yourself?
Snake.
Paul. Paul. It's not really a nickname if it's your actual name. It's more of a name. PE. Physical education. Is that what you hope to give?
It's my initial.
Yeah, I've figured that out. And what's your occupation?
I'm a quantity surveyor.
You're a quantity surveyor.
Takes all the money off everyone.
Does anyone have any quantities for this man to survey right now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you like to...
Objection, my love. Objection. I don't believe we have any microscopic equipment in the room. Or magnifying glasses.
And do you...
An electron microscope has been ordered and will be presented in part 2 of the show. We're looking forward to that.
And do you know your age?
I do, yes.
Thank you for giving it away so smoothly. What's your age?
It's 33.
What's your metabolic age?
I don't know.
Do not know. Okay, he does not know. Okay, well that's an introduction to these defendants, Your Honour. I have done so, as your request.
Well, thank you for an excellent job, Mr. Ferns.
Thank you.
I'm very interested to notice that Paul is alleging that he's 32. He doesn't look 32, but it must be the light. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for both of our prosecution counsel to probe these men, to penetrate, and to get to the bottom.
Don't tell that to your rectors.
Now, first of all, what we have to do is we've established the nicknames, and it's time to establish, do you have any questions emanating from that conversation?
Yeah, I would like to ask the fuck hobbit why he's insisted on holding a bottle where a human's penis would be.
That's the fuck hobbit. I like that move.
Forward thinking. I'm a man who's not unknown to taste the cake myself. Thank you. I would like to ask if there's any particular foods that you favour, anything you enjoy eating? Anything.
Yes, we have evidence of that before us. Mr. Ryan, thank you for your early questions. That was just a very, very early stab. Now, in a moment, we're going to have a recess in which everyone will take stock by drinking large volumes of lager at high speed and return to this courtroom for the verdict of whether the MACE health and safety process is actually fit for purpose. Before we do that, it's time to call a key member of the team. It's Mr. Stephen Barry, who is an expert, an analyst of mental agility and dexterity. Please welcome to the court, and I should warn you to beware of Welshman. How many Welsh people do we have here tonight? We've got 2. That means we're technically outnumbered.
Excuse me.
Now, at least you brought your mother with you, which is the important thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to welcome. There we are. Now, please welcome our expert and our analyst. It's Mr. Stephen Barry.
Throw your hands out like this for me. That's it. Go for it. Perfect. Come over to the bottom now, just for this. Exit. Go on, you'll enjoy this, I promise.
Everybody do it.
Happy? Wonderful. Then, turn your hands to your thumbs and out the bottom. Then, cross your hands. Then, clasp your fingers together so your thumbs are still at the bottom. Then, very slowly, turn them so the thumbs are now face up. That was the easy one, guys. Come on. Okay, by the way, who's the richest person in the room? Me. Have you got back up? Have you got £5 note, £10 that you wanted? Flash them out to everybody. He's the richest man in the room. He's got a £20 note. Okay, look, sir, do me a favour. Can you sign your name across the £20 note? The second test is all about observation. Now, earlier on you got tested for things like bone mass and BMI. Has anyone been tested for observation yet? No, okay, well I'll try and test you all for observation. Sir, we've never met before, have we? No, you didn't leave that. Okay, look, hold on to your note, your £20 note with your signature on. Now, you guys are witnesses, which means you've got to watch extra carefully. I'm going to take your note, make it permanently. I'm going to step behind the witnesses so that you can see me and you can see the note. Sir, is that your signature? Okay, this is where the observation starts. Watch the note. Watch your signature. I'm going to fold it up like this. The object of the game. Oh, by the way, can you see me cheat? I'm doing it now. Okay, that was observation part 1. Look, I'm making it a bit more obvious. I'll fold it up and I'm going to try and do something amazing with your signature. Look, if I fold it really, really small, fold it up, fold it a bit more, and fold it down. Are you worried about your note yet? Okay, if the witnesses were watching carefully, they would have noticed that your signature has actually completely gone from the £20 note.
You're walking down, my friend.
Maybe they weren't quite close enough to the action, maybe they didn't quite see what happened. So let me do this really, really close up for some of the witnesses standing right here. So you happen to reach in and take a card from the deck. Don't show it to anybody, very important. Okay, now look, I hope you can see, it's from back there. All the cards, they really are completely different. It's all about observation. So I'm going to run my thumb down the deck, say stop anywhere you like. Stop. Hey, sure sir. Have a look at the card, do not let me see it. I'm going to try and see if I can test your mental ability. You're going to try and send me the name of the card. Okay, yeah. Might fail, but we'll see how we get on. What you've got to do is try and send me the name of the card. Okay? In your best possible way. Okay? So without saying anything, can you send me the name of the card now? Yeah, if you can send it to me a bit louder, that'd be really... Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think I would pick... Okay, be totally honest with me, sir. You picked a card at random, the cards were different. Did you pick the 5 of clubs?
Good, Jake.
Oh, the 3 of clubs, I was close. But you were trying your best to send it to me, weren't you? Okay, by the way, I didn't know it. I didn't know it would be the 3 of clubs, because that's what I've got here. Right in my jacket. One thing I am actually here to do is to test everyone's health, really, and to see if everyone's sort of fit and healthy. Guys, obviously, do you do your sort of 5 fruit and vegetables a day thing? Yeah. Really? Yeah. There you go.
Some people do.
Yeah, really, it's very boring. So I've come up with a brilliant solution. This is great, you're going to like it. Look, I have here a deck of cards. On the back of every single playing card is the name of a different fruit or vegetables. So, I want you to watch carefully and we're going to select the fruit. The weird thing is, I think I worked out how you lot behave. I think I already know what the answer's going to be, and I have something in this silver bag. So Seth, you're going to just look after the bag for the time being. Now, because you're the nearest, you're off the hook. You get to choose somebody here. Who should I do? Darcy. This guy here. Okay, it's very, very simple. On the back of every single card is the name of a different fruit or vegetable. I will do this here so you can see clearly. Sir, on the back of every card we have banana, orange, pear, coconuts, turnip, lime, plums, blackcurrant. I won't go through all of them. We have 52 different fruits or vegetables. You're going to pick one at random and hopefully it's the very fruit I want you to eat all the time to stay healthy. Let's just see how we go. Now seriously, I want you to take any single card in the deck, any card at all. By the way, don't go for the ace of spades. Everybody chooses that card. What card are you thinking of?
Three of diamonds.
Three of diamonds. Look, right up here. We're going to find the three of diamonds. Goes through the deck. Now there's one card, the three of diamonds, buried in the deck. Do you have any idea what fruit you selected?
I've got a fairly good idea.
Don't have a guess. You're probably wrong. Go for it. It might be a carrot. Let's see if it's a carrot.
Brilliant.
No, it's actually a kiwi. But that's fine. That's fine. Would you believe it if I said that I knew all along that you were going to choose the kiwi?
No.
I could just say that I would, and hopefully you'll believe me. But so you've been holding the bag, haven't you? In fact, this is a big thing, sir. Now I know you're not officially a witness, and you're will let somebody else come up on the stage temporarily for this.
Of course.
Okay, bringing the bag. Could you stand right here and with the bag? Remember, you chose a card, you chose a fruit. If it's correct, you've got to eat this for the rest of your life. So stand right here. I'm going to face the audience. Step in the back of your room. If you want to open up the bag, show everyone what is inside. It's not. Hang on. It's actually a kiwi. I'm going to cut open the kiwi. It's completely authentic. When I cut open the kiwi, it looks rather like a banknote. Inside the kiwi that you were holding all the time. Can you confirm that really is inside? You want to take that yourself. Now that's no ordinary £20 note. You want to have a look at it? It should have a signature on it. There's the signature. Sir, come and check the floor. Is it £20 note, ladies and gentlemen? I'll take it off if it's not. That's your signature on the note. I think they can't be careful, do you reckon? Are they're credible? I think so. Oh, by the way, sir, £20 note. I always deliberately end on that magic trick, just so that obviously the note's all sticky, it's all dirty, it's all wet. Normally they say it's fine, I can keep it. See, oh, I can't keep it this time. Never mind. But thank you guys for taking part. Thanks guys for joining us in the trial.
Wonderful, wonderful work. Fantastic contribution from my learned colleague, Mr. Stephen Barry. Many thanks to him. Now, as the jury go out to deliberate, I can tell you there will be further questioning after the recess, and it's a very short recess of 5 minutes. Please reconvene in 5 minutes. I thank you.